I was so far ahead. I was. Now my comment for that is like, Ginzaba was actually like close. And like, look at my items versus his. I'm on auto arms Chinese, and he's just on base items with no upgrades, and he almost beat me. With upgrades, he might have beaten me. That's kind of scary. I didn't have ult. I didn't, which I guess did turn the tide a little bit, I guess. Any idea what upgrades I should aim for? Either of the rare arm pieces, mithril or auto arms. Headpiece, you could do like mithril headpiece, but the arm upgrades is the main one that you want to go for, and then an accessory upgrade probably. Like, you would probably really like having Moonlight Pendant on this build, which I know is risky because it's like, it sounds like you're getting rid of all your HP. But lifesteal can work as functional HP once you're able to stick on the target. Chest piece, you don't have to look for an upgrade. Like, you can honestly just sit on EOD suit the entire game. Mithril chest can be a situational upgrade. It's not like a vertical upgrade, it's a horizontal one, so it's like some matchups you'll favor it. So you can make it if you had like an extra mithril, right, and you didn't know what you wanted to do with, but I wouldn't like worry about it too much. The main things would be Myth Helm is pretty much going to be a good upgrade from Banneret, but Mithril Arm or Auto Arms is the primary upgrade. I think VF Blood Mask would also be great in this build too. Vertical upgrade versus horizontal upgrade. I feel like that kind of explains itself, you know? A lateral, I guess? I mean, both words kind of mean close to the same thing, right? If you think about it. Hey, let's look at this. What is the literal definitions of vertical and lateral? Or sorry, horizontal versus lateral. The difference is that horizontal is always perpendicular to vertical, whereas lateral is to the side of. So it's, yeah, it's the same shit. Go fuck yourself, TexTTy. Spelling class? Well, it's kind of funny, like, because I was taking a test earlier for philosophy, and it was like, which of these 6 words is a good replacement for unhappy? Or not unhappy, it was fuck, what was the term? They were like upset. Which word was the, yeah, it was upset. It was like, which of these 6 words is a good replacement for upset? And there were 2, right, that I thought were perfect, right? There was unhappy and inconsolable. And I was like, unhappy, upset, it's basically the same thing, right? And I got a hard fucking no. And they were like, no, they do not mean the same thing. Inconsolable is the correct answer. Go fuck yourself. Never go to college, noted, pretty much. So a good thing, right, if you did want to like throw this into the YouTube, we could do a quick segment on this, is that if you wanted to cut out all that metal stuff, I guess this would be a good transition. But when deciding what upgrades are the best for your build, let's just come and make a situation, right? Catalog, let's pull up a build that I think has this situation come up a lot. I don't have that build on here anymore. Shit. Well, let's just throw it together really quickly. It'll be my stock with EOD suit. The headpiece is Tac Ops, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. No, it's Banneret. The headpiece is Banneret. The arm piece is Sword Stopper. The leg piece is ideally Tachyons, and then fucking last thing is Magazine, right? Routing doesn't matter because this is a make-believe route, but it'd be something like this. When you're doing this variation, though, keep in mind that you would make straight jackets because it's in the routing quickly, and then you would transition to Tachyons whenever you can. But for the sake of this, in this build, you may be asking, what's my best upgrade, right? So you have a lot of options, right? Let's say you find Mithril. In this build, if you wanted to upgrade from Mithril, you could actually, viably, I think, upgrade to literally any Mithril component. You could do it with chest, you could do it with headpiece, you could do it with arm piece, and you could do it with leggings, right? All of these items work in this build. out of listening, talking about his sock. So the question is, which of these would be better? And you, as a player, have to understand an economics term called opportunity cost to best figure this out. Opportunity cost means what do you gain or lose in the what do you lose in the situation by choosing an option versus what you would have gotten in the other one, right? So let's say I do Windrunner, okay? So, or I guess the better option is, let's say I upgrade from Mithril Shield to Sword Stopper. In this case, your opportunity cost of gaining Mithril Shield is not only just the healing reduction that you would lose, but as well the stats that you may miss out on by going from Tonfa, Mysock to Windrunner, okay? So if we looked at this situation specifically, which of these upgrades makes the best sense to y'all? So on this top side here, we have Sword Stopper and Mithril Shield, and on the bottom we have Windrunner and Mysock. Now Mysock is 63 AP versus 70 AP. So we gain 7 AP. However, Mysock has defense per level. So at level 10, you'll be gaining 28. So let's imagine we're level 10, right? You'll be losing out on 8 defense. More over time, not a big deal though. HP regen is negligible, so we don't really care about that. But this has 0.2 MS. So by swapping to Windrunner, we lose a little bit of defense, we gain a little bit of AP, but we gain 0.2 MS. That could be a big deal. By swapping from Sword Stopper to Mithril Shield, we will lose 6 defense, but that gets made up in the defense per level, right? So equalizes pretty much. You would have about the same defense regardless. You'll lose healing reduction, which can be important, but you'll gain 30 AP, 12% attack speed, and 0.1 MS. That's 0.1 lower than here. Now keep in mind that 30 AP difference is a lot compared to the 6 AP or 7? Yeah, 7 AP, I'm bad at math, that you would have gotten by making Windrunner. So you have to decide, what do you value more, right? The attack speed and the AP, or do you value the movement speed and the healing reduction? There are going to be some cases where the movement speed and the healing reduction is more important. So it's like, this could be the correct answer, but I would say in most cases, this is the correct answer because that AP is much more valuable, right? Now, for this build specifically, and you'll actually see it sometimes when I'm playing the Tank Magnus build, it's not as applicable because I feel like the healing reduction isn't super important in this meta, but it can be when you're playing builds that have healing reduction. Or against builds that have healing reduction, or that need it, right? A good example is when regen was in the meta. If you didn't have regen to counter, or if you didn't have healing reduction to counter regen, you just lost the game, right? To like whatever they were healing, because they were healing upwards to like 120 HP per second. So you had to have healing reduction. So if you built Mysock with Mithril Shield, hold on to the Sword Stopper because healing reduction can be slotted in, and in some cases it may be more valuable than that 30 AP. But that's gonna take some like foresight on your end, right? You're gonna have to look at your lobby and be like, oh, you know, is there anyone in this lobby that I need healing for, or healing reduction for? I actually did it in my last game when we got to the final land. I made my auto arms. I took a second and looked and I said, is there anyone in this lobby who has so much healing in their kit that I will absolutely need healing reduction? And the answer was no, so I got rid of my Sword Stopper. If the answer was yes, because let's say it was Lifesteal Jackie with a mono and a butlers, and a VF Blood Mask, which it wasn't, they only had VF Blood Mask, so if this was mono and this was butlers, I would have 1000% held on to my Sword Stopper, and in any situation where I would have had to fight the Jackie, I would have swapped from my auto arms to my Sword Stopper. Even though Sword Stopper is in most cases an inferior item, in that kind of matchup it's going to be superior, because that amount of healing you're taking away from them makes up for that lack of damage that you that AP that you took out of your build. So what upgrades should you go for? In almost every situation, you should basically look at your build, look at the items, and say like, what rare upgrades are like strictly better here? So if you had, for instance, you're wearing slippers, you want glacials. If you're wearing a Dropnir, you may want Scotty. It's not always for certain. Auto arms is also in a lot of cases better as well. It's character specific. You're gonna have to find that one out. If you're on chest piece, if you're wearing Amazonas, you probably want Mithril. Where the hell is Mithril? It's right there. You know, if you're on High Priestess, you probably want Queen of Hearts. If you're on Commanders, you obviously want Cabana, you know? Look at your accessory. Do you have like a Buccaneers doubloon? Maybe you'd prefer Moonlight Pendant. Maybe you would prefer Emerald Tablet. This is for all characters. Yeah, this could be applied to literally everybody. That's why I'm saying, like, upgrades, you basically have to sit there and decide, like, what's gonna be my biggest upgrade. If you're sitting on Tac Ops, Mithril Helm is in a lot of cases a direct upgrade. You lose out on the HP and a little bit of attack speed, but you gain 0.2 MS and you gain a little bit more CDR. At that 0.2 MS and the defense you gain can make up for that HP loss, and can help you close the gap a little bit better on characters where, like, you may not be able to keep up with them all the time. You might, if you're unsure, right, you sit down and you say, like, I don't know what is the best item for me, right? Come into practice mode, we'll load into a game really quickly. Pick a character. We're gonna pick Fiora, okay? I don't understand how to play Fiora really well, but maybe I've decided I want to play Fiora. I have a build in mind. I don't know what items to upgrade to. So we'll come into here. You're gonna select your build. I'll show y'all how to do that. Mostly through like the side of getting items and stuff, and then we'll show you how to compare. So yeah, let's say I want Voltasetto, right? Actually, let's do a Durandal build just for TexTTy. Well, no, Voltasetto is less meaty. Let's do Voltasetto. Durandal's bad. Fuck TexTTy. I probably shouldn't say that for something that's probably going on YouTube, huh? TexTTy's my mod. I like to mess around with him. He's a good guy. So anyways, my recommendation, increase your level around up to like 16 or 17. Max your abilities however you want them. Pretty sure you max W on this. Passive gets maxed as well, I think. That. And then Q, E, take your weapon skill. You're gonna come over to this side, right? I'm moving, but yeah, click get item. And in this menu, you're gonna select all your items that you want. We're gonna do, instead of this, we're gonna do quiver, because I think it'll help a little bit. And you'll equip them, right? Then we're gonna spawn a dummy. Okay? It doesn't matter about HP. I increase it to 100 to get a general idea of how much damage you're going to be doing to actual players. I increase its defense to 100. Dummies don't take into account defense reduction from mastery, or not defense reduction, damage reduction from mastery. So I overinflate them just a little bit. Go back to get items and then find the RNG items you want to compare. So in this case, I want to find out if Mithril Shield is an upgrade, right? In this build. So we're gonna get it. So I'm gonna do my combo really quickly. Auto, W, Q, auto, E. I fucked it up a little bit, but yeah. I actually fucked it up a lot. But yeah, you can see 587. That was a quick little trade. That's without ultimate, by the way. So it's like, we definitely could clean that up, but it's less. And I even did the combo a little bit better. So Mithril Shield is not an upgrade here. It's actually a downgrade, you know? It may be an RG item and the stats look nice, but Creed of the Night is so synergistic on this build that it's like, you're way better off just sitting on this. I fucked that one up for sure. I'm really bad at Fiora. There's actually a quicker way to show this. Hold on. Let that reset.
I wonder if there's any visible medicine here.
We should stop there. DPS was 950. Accumulated damage was 1,205. And then we'll do it again. DPS was 685, but my accumulated damage was 1,609. Did I fuck that up too? That was auto, WQ, auto, 1243, and then we'll show again. Auto, WQ, auto, 1349. You could say crit RNG, right? Because we might be getting crit RNG because we're only at 50%, but it's like, I think on that one we only crit like an equal amount of times compared to the other one. In most cases though, Creed of the Night is going to be better. I don't think you'll ever find a situation where Myth will actually be better for this.
If there's any visible medicine here.
1188. Test it again. 1281. So then you're like, okay, Myth Shield isn't an upgrade for me. Well, what if I want to go ahead and make Meteor Claymore, right? So we'll equip that and see if this is better. Oh wait, I have to wait actually, because I have to wait for focus to actually fulfill to make sure that I'm actually getting accurate numbers. 1229. It actually, and it has a lot less attack speed, so it's like, in this case, it's probably a downgrade as well. What about Joyeuse? So you would pick to jump Joyeuse, and then you would test that, right?
Hospital should have clean bandages.
1495. With the crit, you're gonna have to do a few cases and keep track of what's critting and what's not to make sure your numbers are accurate, but it's like, this is the best way to test, to see what's an actual upgrade and what's not. There are going to be some stats that aren't going to be immediately relevant, like movement speed. That one's going to be like, you're just gonna have to kind of know that it's like, sometimes I need more MS, or like defensive stats.